family here. Come on in. That's right. Trump, Shiva, Trump, Shiva. One powerful unit to destroy the establishment of Charlie Baker. That's what this is about. Where's Jeremy here? Come on in. Make sure everyone in the back is coming in. John, are you live?
Oh yeah, we're live.
All right. By the way, we're doing a live stream. We have about 250 to 250,000 followers on Twitter. From time to time, they always throttle us, but we still do our thing. Jeremy, is Phil around? Phil Arsenault. We'll wait for Phil. Everyone say hello out to Twitter world. Yeah. Phil, come on up. Let me introduce Phil Arsenault. Phil's going to say a few words of what motivated this, and I'll give a talk. Go ahead, Phil.
Well, the reason why I got it going with this is actually because of you. You started this whole movement, and as far as I'm concerned, we got to really think about the future, and he is the future. This is part of we got to drain the swamp. We got to get rid of this bullshit that's out there. And believe me, it's bullshit. And I'm getting sick and tired of it as a small businessman, and there's a lot of businessmen in here. There's a lot, and we're getting sick of it. We want transparency, and we want honesty, and this is where we need to be. So follow him. Once we get Trump in, we got to get Trump in. He's got to get in. He is the future right here. I'm telling you. He knows what to do. He's the face, and this is what we're going to work on. I'm going to follow you again and again and again. Have at it.
All right. Thank you, Phil. First of all, I want to thank Phil and his family and all of you. What I want to do is Phil said, can you educate people a little bit? So that's what I want to do without telling you what to do. I just want to give you a little bit of background. Some of you may know that I came from a world called India when I was 7 years old. I came here with shorts on December, and it was snowing. That's how little I knew about the United States. But what I did know is when we came here, the working class people where I grew up in New Jersey took care of us. They taught me how to landscape. They taught me how to, paint houses. And I learned software programming when I was 14 years old. I've been working like many of us here since I was a 12-year-old kid. Most of us here work for a living. I bet you all of us here work. We make things. These guys take things. They take things from us. And they keep doing that. Exactly. And then they want a bunch of other people to get free stuff. But what I want to talk about today is that all of our journeys, my journey and your journey, are the same journey. If you look at your grandparents, we all came from another country over here because we wanted something better. This country was based on something very, very important called freedom. That's what it was based on, freedom. The ability for us to get together, to freely start our businesses without the government telling us what to do. That's what made this country great. And that's what will always make this country great. But what we have right now is we have a very small set of people who think that they know better than us, right? They think they're going to tell us what to do. They think they're going to tell Phil what to put on his sign, that he can't have masks or no masks. And that's what this country is becoming. And we cannot allow that to happen. Because if we allow that to happen, we will surely become a banana republic, a third world country. And that's what they want. And if you look at any of these third world banana republics, what you find is there's a very small set of people who make all the money, and another set of people live in poverty, and then they squeeze working people like us. And that's what they're doing. Since 1971, if you look at the wages of people like us, they've been squeezed and squeezed and squeezed. During 1948 to 1971, the American pie grew for all of us. And why did it grow? So this is what I want to educate all of us on. In the late 1800s and in the 1900s in this country, the American working class flexed our muscles. That's what we did. We took to the streets, we built a movement, and they've wiped that out of this country's memory. It was the American working people who scared the shit out of the establishment. And because of that, we got roads, we got clean water, we got nutrition, and that's what built this country. So from 1945 to 1975, the American pie grew for all of us. Whether you made $20,000, $50,000, $100,000, it grew for everyone. But starting in 1971, the establishment in this country got so greedy that they imposed massive amounts of regulations. They created the Department of Education, big pharma, big hospitals, big drug companies all got together, and the goal was to squeeze us and to put all these middlemen in. And that's what's been happening since 1970. And both of these parties, the establishment parties, have been against the working people. I never voted in my life until Donald Trump ran. That's right. When Donald Trump ran, I saw a guy, remember, he wasn't a Republican or a Democrat, let's be honest. He was going after both of these guys. If anything, he was a true Republican because he believed in all of us, bottoms up. And that's the first time I voted. So I have a clean voting record. I never voted until Donald Trump ran. And in 2017, I decided I was going to run for U.S. Senate against that fake Indian Elizabeth Warren. You remember that, right? And we had a great slogan, only the real Indian could defeat the fake Indian. And we ran as Republicans, but Charlie Baker was so much of a Democrat, he didn't want one of us. So he found a guy who photoshopped a picture with Trump. There's 3 hands in the picture. Seriously, so they created fake Trumpers. So what I'm trying to tell you is the swamp is insidious. They're insidious because they think they're blue bloods. They are the redcoats. And Massachusetts, remember when the Revolutionary War ended in 1776, it's not like all these people got in their boats and went back. They embedded themselves here in Massachusetts. And so ever since they gave us the First Amendment and the Second Amendment, they've been greedy. They never wanted to give us the Second Amendment, ever. So they've been, since that time, trying to take away all our rights. That's what's been going on for the last 200 years. And Massachusetts is the center, it's a sewer that feeds the swamp in Washington. Remember that. The epicenter of the swamp is right here. We drain the swamp, but we drain it here. We vaporize the swamp in Massachusetts. So today, remember today, because we are building a movement. This is not about an election anymore. Donald Trump unleashed a movement. That's what we got to remember, and we got to keep carrying that on. It's about building a movement, not from above, but from below. The working people in this country need to realize that no one is going to watch out for us but us. Follow what I'm saying? It's us. You can't rely on these guys. We have to build a bottoms-up movement. Bottoms up, one by one by one. All of you here, gathered here, you go tell 100 people. That's how we build a movement. It's not going to happen overnight, but it will happen fast if we all recognize it's up to us. There's no one else going to do it. Fox News ain't going to do it. CNN ain't going to do it. The parties are not going to do it. It's up to us. Now, Donald Trump took a big battering ram and he smashed it at them. And he created an opening for us. But that's just the beginning. You see what I'm saying? We got to do this every day. So what happened on September 1st in the primary elections? All of you know we won that freaking election. We won it hands down. It was a landslide victory. So what did they do? On these voting systems, if you don't know, they have the ability to flip the votes. They can take your votes. Let's say Jeremy got 1,000 votes and I got 1,000 votes. In the software, they can multiply Jeremy's votes by 2.5, give him 2,500 votes, and multiply my votes by 0.5. I don't know if you guys know this. This is what they have. The American voting systems are completely polluted. We don't have voter IDs. You don't even know if you voted. And in the software, and I'm telling you this as a guy who got a bunch of degrees from MIT, has been programming, the fact that they can multiply our votes is called a weighted race should let all of us know we do not have freaking democracy in this country. We don't. That's why we have to take it back. And the way we do it is this rally. We go door to door. And that's why we're doing that write-in campaign. We want everyone to take their sword. The pen is mightier than the sword. And write in Shiva for Senate. It's not about me. It's about you and you and you and you. We're saying no more. Because the Declaration of Independence was written by people who took the pen and they wrote their names on it knowing that they could be killed or they could be tortured or they could be thrown in prison. This movement begins here today. No one should be telling a small business owner that they can't put a sign that says people can come in without masks, right? No one can say that to any one of us. We're the ones who make things, they take things. Enough. Enough, enough, enough. We build a movement. We build a movement. We honor the President of the United States by voting for him. We honor our movement by writing in Shiva for Senate. That's what we do. That's what we do. Enough of the bullshit. We build a movement bottoms up, and we go from here every day telling our neighbor to neighbor to neighbor. That's how we build. We get back to community. All right? That's what this is about. So we're going to have an awesome rally here. Where's Phil's wife? She should tell us the route.
Down there. She's down there.
Barbara, come on down. But let's have it loud. Let's have a lot of fun. And let's let people know we are here and we're not going away. Come on over. There we go. Jeremy, you want to say a few words?
I just want to make sure people understand when they go to vote for Shiva, they can just write Dr.SHIVA and then fill in that oval. Make sure you fill in the oval. We got to get this guy in office. This guy works tirelessly every day. He calls me all times at night. Jeremy, I need you to do this. Jeremy, I need you to do that. I've given this guy countless hours of my time because I believe in him. So I'm asking you to do the one simple thing is to write him in for U.S. Senate. That's your small little piece. If he can get me to do all the work I've done, he can do a lot more, trust me.
Let me just ask people two things you should do. We have these cards. We have these cards we've been giving out. We printed out a million of them. A million of these cards we printed out. Remember when we ran in the primary, we had about 20,000 donations, 10,000 lawn signs. The other fool was nowhere to be found. That's why we know there was cheating. But we have about a couple 100,000 of these cards left over, a box of 5,000. Everyone should take them. Go to your town centers, leave them in the convenience stores, in the laundromats, etc. That's what we need to do. We have about a few days to let everyone know how to do a write-in. On the back of it, as Jeremy said, people can write in Dr. Shiva in the write-in. You don't vote for Doofus 1 or Doofus 2. You write in Shiva, okay? And you fill in the circle. So we have a bunch of box of cards in the back of the bus. Everyone get a box and go to your town centers. It's easy. You can give out about 5,000 in less than an hour. You just go to the town centers and give them out. That's what we need people's helps to do. We have T-shirts here. Take as many as you want. We have a few days left. All right? Where's Barbara? Barbara, come on down. Barbara's going to tell us the route, and then we're going to head out. Okay. All right, we're figuring out the route. Well, hey, Bob, come on. All right, Jeremy's going to give the route. Before Jeremy comes over, Phil, let me just say a few words about the masks and the immune system. You guys want to know a quick thing or no? We'll do that later. Huh? So let me just give a quick thing because people have been saying, look, some of you may know I have 4 degrees from MIT. One of them, my PhD is in a field called biological engineering. I'm considered one of the leading guys on the immune system. Don't let anyone fool you with these masks and the vaccines. All right? Here's the bottom line. You have about 380 trillion viruses in your body right now, each one of us. Did you know that? You have 60 trillion bacteria. The virus or the pathogen is not what kills you or what hurts you. It's a dysfunctional and weakened immune system. So think about a car that doesn't have any shock absorbers on it, all right? You drive over a pothole, what happens? The whole car can get destroyed. When your body has a strong immune system, you have good shocks on your body. A virus comes to you, your body recognizes it, and it knows how to fight it. You may get a little sniffle, you may feel down a little bit, but your body gets stronger. We're supposed to be exposed to viruses and pathogens. We're supposed to play in dirt, have dogs. We're not supposed to be living in these little clean, sterile environments. We're supposed to be exposed and the body gets stronger. It's called resilience, all right? This is a fundamental principle. You won't hear it from fake Fauci or any of those people. So what is the real issue? We have viruses will come and go. what we need to do is to boost the immune system. How do you boost the immune system? What number one is the sun, vitamin D3. If you're my color skin, I need about 10 to 15 times more sun. But you get 15 minutes of sun a day, you get what's called vitamin D3. Your body creates what are called antimicrobials. Vitamin D3 gets converted to chemicals that actually blow up the walls of viruses, okay? So the number one thing is vitamin D3. Second is those great leafy green vegetables. Your body, if your thyroid is working fine, will convert it to vitamin A. Vitamin A protects your cells. It's like building a wall around your cells. Now, as you age, your thyroid gets weaker. That's why you need a very important mineral called iodine. Iodide. All right? And then finally, vitamin C and we already said vitamin A. When this coronavirus thing came, I wrote to the president. I said, do not shut down the entire economy. Do not be fooled by Fauci. I wrote a letter, and the White House called me back. We had about an hour and a half conversation. I said, Fauci's a complete fraud. This is a guy who, total fraud. This guy's been there for 40 years. He created the HIV scare, and now he's created the coronavirus scare. Why? Because pharmaceutical companies are going downhill. They're losing money from drugs. And drugs are highly regulated, and we can sue them. So in 1962, Kennedy passed the Vaccination Act, and then his brother, Ted Kennedy, allowed the vaccine companies never to be sued. That's what the Kennedys actually did for us. Okay, they really screwed us. So they created they allowed, if you get vaccine injury, you cannot sue the vaccine manufacturer. So pharmaceutical companies are going down. Their only way out of this is force vaccinating all of us. Vaccine business is a $1 trillion industry. That's what's really going on. So they've created this amazing fear, the boogeyman, the coronavirus, and then the goal is 7.2 billion people each being force vaccinated. That's what's going on. That's why Baker just passed this. This is the test. Mandated flu vaccines. That's just the beginning. But you got to understand what's going on right now in this country is fake science is being used by the fake news media to push forward policies to basically force vaccinate us and enslave us. The good news is we have someone like me who got all their 4 degrees, but I remember that I'm loyal to all of you guys. All right? And we're not going to let them get away with it. So you got to remember, basic science, boost your immune system. Boost your immune system. That's why we need to eat properly, right? The good organic vegetables where we can get them. Get the vitamin D3, the vitamin A, C, and zinc. And that's what I wrote to the president. I said, do not shut down the economy. The older people, yes, let them get the high-dose vitamin A and D. But all of us should be taking around 5,000 to 10,000 IUs of vitamin D3. That's what you should be doing. Get the vitamin C. And above all, the number one reason your immune system does well is when you have community, when you have friendships, when you go to church and you have fellowships with people. When you isolate yourself, it's more deadlier than smoking. It's more deadlier than obesity, and it's more deadlier than hypertension. But when you have friendships, your body boosts the immune system. So the entire aspect of social distancing, wearing masks, isolating us, it's a deadly mix. So don't believe them, because this is all about forced vaccinations. That's what this is about. And this is against working people, and that's why we have to go back to science. All of you here who are mechanics, plumbers, roofers, we all know this. We have to deal with reality. The lawyers and the other people don't. They make up lies. So working people, we still have common sense, and that's why I have great hope in this country, because those people who work for a living, we can see through the bullshit. You don't need an MIT degree. All right? All right, thank you. Go ahead, Jeremy. You can tell the route.
All right, thank you, Dr. Shiva. All right, so I hope you guys filled your gas tanks, because we didn't come here to just take a ride down the street. We're taking a tour of the countryside today. This route on Google Maps is like 2 hours and 15 minutes. It's probably going to take us a little longer. But we're going to go up here, and we're going to take a left on Route 12, and we're going to follow 12 all the way through Boylston into Worcester. And we're going to go right through the middle of Worcester, past Elm Park. And we're going to take a left. What is that? Is it Chandler Street? And then we're going to take a right on Southbridge, and that's going to bring us to 146. We're going to go down 146. We're going to hit Route 20, and we're going to go all the way out to Route 9. We're going to take a right on Route 9, and we're going to go up 85 right into Marlboro Center. And then we're going to take a left on 20. We're going to go all the way through there into Northborough. And then we're going to come up Church Street and get back on 290. And then we're going to go up 140 North and take a right on 70. And we're going to go right through Clinton Center, right through the middle of it. We're going to go up 110, and we're going to go all the way up to 117, and we'll come back up to 190. And we'll come up here. We're all going to convene at the Whitney Field Mall, or the Searstown Mall, as most of us still know it as. Macy's parking lot. You won't be able to miss us. I think we'll be. So we're gonna leave here shortly. So there's a porta potty over here, and there is a few printouts of the directions if anyone wants them. And we're gonna be pulling out of here soon. I'll be leading the pack with Bob's truck here, the Lakeview Farm truck, and then we'll have the bus behind him. And if you're behind us in a car and you get to an intersection, if you can just pull over and block traffic and let the parade go by, and then file in behind in the back, that would be great. So this, once we get through a light, we're not stopping. So everybody's got to have their flashers on and just stay tight. And if people are beeping, forget about them, because we're doing something more important than they're doing today, right? We're protecting our freedom. We're fighting for it. So we're going to be leaving here shortly. So let's get this thing going. Thank you very much.